I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back on 100.7 The Score. It's the Bottom Line. Rob Breaux alongside Josh Faupel. We are in the First United Bank studio. You can call in on the Visual Edge IT hotline 806-771-0973. You can also hit us on the Yates Flooring Center chat line via the app, brought to you by Happy State Bank, or the website, doubleTSportsNetwork.com, where you can also find moderately crafted articles. No, they're well-crafted. Jamie is putting out a Days That Changed Texas Tech History article, I guess maybe tomorrow, or maybe they're waiting to Sunday again, but it is about the trip to Miami and that 2014 run to Omaha that changed the trajectory of the decade. I read it yesterday, kind of precursor read it. There's some stuff in there that I did not know. Really fun read from Jamie. So that's coming out on the website. We'll also have Red Reader Recon up tomorrow on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/WTSportsNetwork.
Correct.
You can also stream the show there if you want to see our pretty faces. Smile, Josh. For the radio audience, he smiled. Let's see. Clean up the chat line just a little bit from the last show. This texter says, went to the Banana Ball game in Albuquerque. It's absolutely a must.
Nice.
Would you rather go to a Banana Ball game or a UFL game?
I'm a football guy, so as fun as it is, if you're giving me a choice between the two, I'm going football. But, I mean, I'd go to Banana Ball if I had the chance.
I watched, I think, probably three full UFL games.
Yeah.
The two semifinals and the Super Bowl, or big game. I don't know what they call it.
Right.
Final cup.
Yeah. They're champions. The World Championship.
Yeah. The international championship of UFL. One semifinal game was really good.
Yeah.
I want to say the others were stinkers. And I don't know that I watched much of the championship game, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it.
I'm trying to remember what happened the last time I watched a UFL game, and I can't. It wasn't extreme. I can't remember if I was like, "This is terrible," or if I was like, "This is really good."
There's some really fun finishes in the UFL with the fourth down rule on onside kicks and some of the options you have. I think the Brahmas had a couple of like really fun finishes this year, if they even still exist anymore. The XFL and the UFL connecting just kind of threw me off. But the UFL is a fun product, but I didn't take as much of it in as I did probably 2 years ago. But there were some good finishes this year. And then Banana Ball to me is just like, it's so different and like kind of a spectacle.
Yeah.
I think I would prefer Banana Ball to UFL. Though it would be easier to get to a UFL game. A, more available seats.
Sure.
B, they're like, you know where they are in Arlington, and you kind of have to wait for Banana Bowl to get to your area. Yeah. Thomas, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are y'all?
Good. It's been a while since we did a show together.
It has, yeah.
You been good?
Oh yeah,
having a good summer.
Oh yeah, I went to Corpus earlier.
Oh, nice. Corpus Christi.
That's wild. In this, I've been to Corpus once in the summer, and it was like 104 degrees, full humidity, and yeah, it was.
Did you get out in the water, or
yeah?
What are you doing down there?
We were at the beach for about 3 days. So.
Nice.
Yeah, I got burnt, but it's okay. My back is peeling right now.
Are you an activities at the beach guy? Are you in the water? Are you reading a book? What are you doing out there?
Oh, I don't read. I just swim, and then...
You don't read period or at the beach?
Oh, period.
Okay.
Fun fact, Thomas can't read.
No, surely he can read at some point. All right. Note to self, if we ever get Thomas on the tiny wheel, we're putting something about reading a book on there.
Right. Assign him
book
some
report.
vignettes.
Yeah, a book report on something. All right. There was another text I wanted to clean up from Bobby Hot Dogs. This is the home of the Astros.
Okay.
The Astros will play the Diamondbacks today on 100.7 The Score. Airtime for that broadcast at 2:10, so we'll have a truncated bottom line today. First pitch, 2:40-ish. But Bobby Hot Dog says, as Rangers fans, I think there's at least two in here, how do you guys perceive Adolis Garcia? Do you see him as the arrogant jackwagon that every other fan base sees him as? Or do you look past that because he's your guy? I think there's a little bit of clearing up to do here. I don't think every fan base sees him as an arrogant jackass.
Okay.
I think his sons in Houston, that he has sunned at every opportunity with all his walk-off home runs and big moments and bat flips, might see him as an arrogant jackwagon. But I don't think everyone does. Thomas, would you agree with that?
I would agree with that.
His children in Houston,
Yes.
all of his many sons, Father Adolis had many sons had Father Adolis.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't see... Certainly Adolis Garcia is that kind of player. But he's not like... He's not flamboyant except for when he's hitting big home runs. And it seems like all of his big home runs have come against the Houston Astros. And that's a little bit anecdotal because he's had some other ones, obviously. I think he's got the most walk-offs for the Rangers, period, in the last stretch of seasons, at least since he's been up. So he's also a clutch player. But yeah, if I was an Astros fan, I would also boo Adolis Garcia endlessly every plate appearance. But it's not A-Rod. Like, it's not a national tour of booing every time Adolis goes on the road. It's just Houston.
Right. I get that. I think that makes sense.
This texter says the guy that created his name is Hot Dogs. So that's another vote for just Astros fans. All right, coming up on this hour, we'll have some NFL talk. We did a segment yesterday on the end of the bench with the Big 12, the first four Big 12 schools. That's a tongue twister. Of, let's call it ceilings and floors.
Okay.
Floors and ceilings.
I think that sounds better. But
I have a couple of NFL teams, and you do too, or at least you kind of mentioned that
sure,
the Cowboys and Steelers might be two of those teams where you're like could be good, but also could implode.
right.
So we'll go through that. I've got a few more of teams like the Chicago Bears that could have kind of elite offense with a new head coach and Caleb Williams, or it could fail spectacularly. Spectacularly, I almost said.
I like it.
You know that's called a spoonerism?
I didn't know that, no.
When you mix the first two letters of two words up. We learned that yesterday. Spoonerism. Because some reverend named Reverend Spooner used to do it all the time. How would you like to be so bad at talking when your job is talking for them to name something?
That would be embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm also bad at talking.
It's like the Po Buddies Nerfict.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do it quite a bit. But I don't think they'll call it the bro ever. I think it'll stay Spoonerism.
I'll call it the bro.
We don't need to. More after this. 100.7 The Score. It's the end of the bench.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back, 100.7 The Score. It is the Bottom Line. Trying to think of how to approach this story, and I think the easiest way, Josh, is when you get into training camp, you start doing the biggest, best, most intriguing storylines in the NFL offseason or heading into the season. And as always, right, the Dallas Cowboys come to mind.
Yep.
And certainly the storyline through training camp will be Michah Parsons.
Sure.
Today he was quoted as saying, "If they don't want me, they don't want me. I'll find something else to do." That basically was his quote. And I'm not really changing anything.
Yeah.
I think he said he'll make himself busy or something was the direct quote. But
SIC.
So I what does that mean? I see that and just breeze by it.
It means, so if it's quoted and it just doesn't look quite right,
Okay.
you put SIC to say that I didn't mess this up. This is an exact.
Gotcha. The more you know.
Yeah.
So obviously the Cowboys are a storyline, but I think even going into the season, Chois and Jamie did this morning, where they kind of went through the schedule.
Okay.
And gave you a ceiling and a floor.
Okay, yeah.
And look, lifelong Cowboys fan until last year. Now I'm a Commanders fan. Everyone knows this.
Choice doesn't believe you.
But when I was listening to them,
yeah,
they're like, "Oh, 2 losses to the Eagles, 2 losses to the Commanders. They'll split with the Giants." It's like, what in the history of the Dallas Cowboys against these teams makes you think that they're just going to go 0-for against the division? Dak Prescott, for all his faults in check cashing,
I think he's like 60% against the division.
He's like 9-3 in games he's played against the Eagles. So, could floor type season, could all of that happen? But they also were like putting the ceiling for the Cowboys at 9-8.
Okay.
Would you agree? Now, you're not a Cowboys fan.
I'm not a Cowboys fan.
I'm like an alcoholic. I need to go to meetings.
Okay.
To stop myself.
You're just a little hopeful.
Yeah.
On it.
And so, as an addict, as a Cowboys addict, not a fan, an addict trying to get away from it.
Yeah. I
try to improve my life. I still feel like the Cowboys ceiling is 13.
Okay.
Like I could look through the schedule and find 13 wins. Am I crazy?
So in the best case scenario, no. I guess there's a ceiling, but if you're going to put the Cowboys ceiling at 13, you'd have to put half the league at 13. Is my thinking, because what specifically is better than last year? Is better than the past 2 years? So there's that line of thinking.
Well, you don't have Mike McCarthy. Though I don't know that Schottenheimer really improves the situation.
Okay. So there's one difference.
Yeah. Okay. So beyond last year, it's healthy Dak.
Fair.
But the offensive line is worse.
But I think
Zach Martin is gone.
You answered this question too, and you don't know. You think Dak I think I remember you saying this. This might have been Choice. I apologize. That if Dak was healthy throughout the season, you might have gotten 2 more wins. I don't think it was
last year. Yeah, last year was a nightmare.
Right.
Last year was a nightmare. Yeah.
So,
but I thought that going in, George Pickens with the receiving core, I think makes that a much better room.
Okay.
Not Zeke Elliott, I think makes that a better room. You were old and frail last year at running back. I don't know that the running backs are better this year with the dude from Denver or Jaden Blue, the rookie out of Texas.
You know what I will say? Above your 13 or alongside your 13, if you're going to give 13 to the Cowboys, I think not both, but either. If the Cowboys is at 13, Commanders or Eagles are 14 or above. Because I don't think...
Yeah, sure.
So I think even if they get 13... There's still a team above them in division.
By the way, 13 still feels weird to me because there's 17 games now. That's the old 12.
Yeah.
There's still 4 losses out there. But I also wrote a bold NFL predictions column a month ago. I probably should reshare that now that training camp is out.
Sure.
My bold prediction is the Cowboys-Commanders game on Christmas Day is for the division.
That's crazy.
Now, the Eagles are the best team in the division.
Yeah.
They just won a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're replacing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jalen Hurts is in the best system for his skill set. Him, Lamar, Josh Allen, certainly Price transcendent system, but Mahomes, Andy Reid, those are great fits. But you just look around the league and say Jalen Hurts is really good fit for what Sirianni is doing. But nobody has won the NFC East back-to-back seasons since the early 2000s when the Eagles did it. It's been 20 plus years. So if you're just like, they call them Vegas guys, if you're following trends, I think you'd look at the Commanders first, obviously, and then the Cowboys. Certainly the Eagles have the opportunity to be the first repeat since 2002 or 3.
Yeah, I agree there.
Okay.
I think if you're going to give, I think I'm in agreement with the 9-8 talk as far as ceiling goes, because if 9-8 is the new 8-8, that's where I'd put the Cowboys as their ceiling.
And okay, so you said ceiling again.
Yeah,
I think 9-8 is not their floor. I think 9-8 is their reality.
Okay.
But to me, a ceiling,
should
be like,
all right, I'm
hey,
following.
Let's get a little nuts and say that
you're right.
That some of these games do go their way.
Yeah, you're right.
But Chois was going through it as a Cowboys fan, and I thought Chois was a loyal homer to his teams. He was like, "There's like 5 wins that I would be comfortable today saying are wins."
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's true in the NFL that it's a low total, but. He also said, I think there's 7 automatic losses on the schedule, and that's what I kind of disagree with. It's the NFL. Every game is a coin toss.
I'm an any given Sunday kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I'm on board with you.
Sunday reference in the last 2 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I buy your floor ceiling premise, and I'll follow you down it. I think I'm still probably going to go. I'm like at 11, 12 probably. I'll say 11.
You could certainly talk me into that. Logan, do you have any Cowboys thoughts?
I don't want to be biased, but I kind of agree with you. 13, like that could be our ceiling. I looked at our schedule.
Our ceiling. Here we go.
Like we got some good coordinators. We got Eberflus as a DC, which he was a good DC.
Yeah.
And we got the dude from the Cardinals as OC. Well, helping with Schottenheimer.
Yeah.
I think full potential. We could be a 12-1 team, 12-13-1 team. Of course, the floor, I would probably say like 7.
I'm at a 6 for floor.
I would say 6 or 7 for the floor. But I think we could have a really good season. Like,
okay.
If we can live up to our potential.
Now, that's what I was looking for, Logan. It's a brand new offseason, right? New hope there. Now, you could also argue, like, well the Michah Parsons stuff is going to be a distraction.
Nah.
It's the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They are used to it.
Year in, year out.
Yeah. And I would assume that deal gets done.
Yeah.
What's the deadest day or the busiest day of the NFL offseason? Whatever it is, that's when it'll get done. Hall of Fame ceremony. Michah Parsons signs about 30 minutes before they get on stage.
Before the first bust reveal.
Yeah. It's just going to be the contract underneath the first bust. Like, what is this, Jerry? What are you doing?
Of course, he'd have to upend. He'd have to upstage the.
And then we go to who I think could be the second kind of potential, and this is the team you mentioned before the break. The Steelers. The Steelers notoriously are a playoff team first and foremost.
Yep.
They're never bad. I think potentially last year was the first year they missed the playoffs, or did they sneak in at the end?
I don't remember.
Regardless, it's been a lot of sneaking more than earning
fully.
In the last 5-6 years.
Since probably 2 years before Roethlisberger retired.
The Jets had a collection of talent on the front end, but no direction, a rudderless ship under Aaron Rodgers.
Agree.
Does Tomlin give enough stability for Aaron Rodgers to have a comeback season?
I think that's interesting. I'll say yes just to get it in before the break. But the defense for the Jets was also not what it was supposed to be, and that just doesn't happen with Tomlin. Like
Jalen Ramsey?
Yeah. That kind of stuff, like the defense just falling apart inexplicably. That just doesn't happen with Tomlin.
We will get to a Kaylee's Dailies when we return, and then finish that Steelers discussion and name a few more teams that could have interesting entrance into the 25 season. More after this. It's The Bottom Line.
bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It's a Wednesday with the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. 100.7 The Score mobile app. Chois Woodman, Taylor Beadles, Thomas Dye, and intern Logan across the way taking care of us. Logan, are the rumors true?
Oh, no.
Did I hear something about you today that I did not know? What is that ring on your finger?
It's a Texas Tech ring.
Are you lying to me?
I'm not lying.
Are you a Longhorn?
I used to be a Longhorn, but
Okay.
I mean I'm
Longhorn fan?
Longhorn.
Oh,
fan.
that's almost
okay.
worse.
Yeah, I did.
Wait. So, but you did go to Tech.
Yeah, I still go to Tech right now.
Okay.
So
you're about to
I
graduate
never-
at Tech.
Yeah, I never would have gone to Texas.
You're about to graduate at
yeah,
Tech.
about to graduate.
So,
Okay,
so
okay.
you're just the worst possible person.
So you're. Well, he was a Longhorn fan before, and then he got saved.
He just said he's still a Longhorn fan.
Wait, you
Not
didn't say
really.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I misheard.
did you say that?
I can tolerate them.
Oh, dear.
I mean, my
I haven't even met you, and I'm calling you the worst type of
Yeah,
person.
no, you
so
don't
I
even-
apologize.
I don't know, man. Yeah, that is. I probably judged people. The person I judged more than anybody before I met them was when I was walking on campus as a Texas Tech student and see someone wearing a Longhorn shirt. I'm like, what are we doing?
You're about 6 hours
What are we doing?
from where you're supposed to be.
I got rid of all my Texas shirts when I
Okay.
came to
Okay,
Tech.
that is a redeeming quality.
Yes.
For sure.
Okay. So
Well
at least you ended up in the right place.
done. Yeah, absolutely.
I heard that earlier that someone called you a Longhorn. I'm like, what?
Get this man
Not
off my shit.
Logan. But no, all good. So, Taylor, the latest odds are out for the first Power 4 coach that will be fired.
Oh, always enjoy these.
Okay. I want to see if you can guess at this.
Oh, man.
Because we do have a handful of Big 12 guys on this list. It's an extensive list.
Yeah.
It's an extensive list. But we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 Big 12 coaches in the top 10
Okay.
for first coach fired.
Okay. Cincinnati's got to be on there.
Okay, Scott Satterfield,
yeah.
is number 6 on the list at 10-1 odds.
Okay. Is Gundy on there?
Gundy is number 8 on the list at 12-1 odds.
Okay. And there's one. It seems like those are the obvious ones.
I think you're...
Am I missing the most obvious
In my
one?
opinion, the guy that is number 1 in the country on this list is the guy that I think is the worst coach in the Big 12.
Okay.
I know we do.
Oh,
have to,
duh. Arizona.
there we go.
The
Good
fake
job.
youth pastor.
The fake youth.
That's all I think of when
He
I
does
see
wear
him.
a lei every. I mean,
way-
I get that he's got the Polynesian players, but every game. Like,
Every time I hear him speak, I'm just like, what is this guy's not? What is he doing? How did he end up here? Like
Brent Brennan. I
Yes.
said this. This wasn't just after last year. I said this the moment he was hired. I did not get it. I mean, it was very similar to a Matt Wells hire. He had one good season at a group of 5 at San Jose State. One good season. You look at the rest, it's very average. Brennan, I think that was a bad hire from the get-go. 4-1 odds, he is the overall favorite to be the first Power 4 coach fired.
I'm kind of surprised he's still there.
What? He's only been there 1 year, right?
I know, but it just seems like it just seems so obvious.
Well,
that it's not
Arizona
gonna
was
work.
was in everybody's top 4 last year.
Yeah.
Like everybody thought Noah Fafita back, McMillan, and they had a bunch of NFL talent on that team.
Yeah.
And they did squat with it.
No.
They went 4-8.
Even in our game, I remember thinking, like, I am glad they aren't more competent. Because when they would kind of string some, like, because obviously we were doing everything we could to take McMillan out of the game, but, like, their tight end, I believe, was always open. And it was like, why? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was one of those where, like, you just got out of there and you were thankful that they were not better coached, because that could have easily gone the other way.
I will say, I've said this, Arizona, of the Big 12 venues I've been to, that was the most disappointing. Not the worst necessarily, but the most disappointing, because they were coming off of a win over Utah. And at that time, that was a big win.
Yeah.
That was a huge win for Arizona. And they still only had maybe 70% of the place full. And it was a night game.
And there were a bunch of Tech people there. Like, I remember they were loud, at least.
Listen, I was disappointed. I'm like, this should be a much better atmosphere. But that's where I realized the disconnect between Pac-12 football and Big 12 football.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, this is what they have. This is why their league died.
Yep.
Because the passion is missing there. So that didn't have anything to do with Brent Brennan. But
he couldn't have helped.
No. Another Brent. What's funny about this? The top 3 names on this list are all Brents.
Oh, okay.
Any guess at the second Brent?
I'm so bad with names.
You're good.
Tell me.
Putting you on the spot. Brent Venables.
Oh, okay.
6-1.
See, that's actually the one, but I was like, surely he's not in the top 3. But I know
6-1. Yep.
I do know Oklahoma people are not they are not happy.
If the right people are not happy, they'll make it happen. 7-1 odds. Brent Pry. I didn't even know who this was.
I was about to say
Virginia Tech's coach.
Oh, see, and that is just to say the state that Virginia Tech is in.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they were like a fixture in college football for so long. Like, you just knew they were going to be solid.
Yeah.
And then they hired Bronco Mendenhall. Mm-hmm. He didn't do anything. I don't even know how many coaches they've had since.
It's been a while. Yeah. So Sam Pittman also tied for third at Arkansas.
That's another one I thought maybe they would just kind of like, let's just try something else.
Hugh Freeze is 5th to wrap up the top 5, 8-1 odds.
Auburn is such a weird place, man.
It's Cincy, Scott Satterfield, then Billy Napier 7th, Gundy 8th, Mike Loxley at Maryland tied for 8th. 12-1, and then Justin Wilcox at Cal. Saw him a couple of years ago in a bowl, 14-1, along with Mike Norvell.
That's kind of surprising because he's been okay there.
Yeah, he's been fine, and they don't care about football at Cal.
Yeah,
that's a little surprising. Something else that's a little surprising on this list.
Joey McGuire on there?
Joey McGuire is the 4th Big 12 coach on this list. Now, you got to go down a little bit to 33-1 odds, but he is 4th, tied for 4th on this list with another Big 12 coach.
I think you just said the main thing about Venables, or if the right people are mad at you, that's the problem, and it's like the opposite for McGuire. Like, the general fan may be mad, but it's hard to imagine what the season would have to be for the right people to be mad.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, you'd be lighting your money on fire to bet that. Sonny Dykes is who he's tied with on that at 33-1.
That makes more sense to me.
It does. I mean, like, you got to miss a bowl game, in my opinion. Even then, it kind of depends. Yeah, even then, it kind of depends. Like, what's the injury? Like,
right? Yeah, it's not just a case of like you miss a bowl game, you're automatically gone. It's still of, well, what did it look like? As disappointing as that would be.
So 6th on the Big 12 list is Dave Aranda. Yeah, at 40-1 odds.
That could have already happened if we would have taken care of business.
Golly. Man, talk about a turnaround. Why does everybody want to turn it around here?
Especially them.
Remember Chris Kleiman and him griping about or just pleading to the media, please be nice?
Yes.
And then you come in and hand him one.
Thank you, Devin Drew. What Devin Drew has turned around the state of this program.
My goodness.
To an extent I never would have thought possible.
Right? I mean, that's what's crazy. Just that one
dominoes.
Next up, 7th on the list, Lance Leipold of Kansas at 50-1.
That feels like a be careful what you wish for, Kansas.
Rich Rod and Willie Fritz also tied with him. Mm-hmm. Rich Rod, his first season, if he got canned after one.
Especially because he's bringing in like some good feelings. Like people think of him at West Virginia relatively well.
Yeah.
He's had success. So, yeah, it would have to go really bad.
And then you get into the territory of these guys have got to do something off the field to get fired. Yeah. Chris Kleiman, 80-1. Kalani Sitake, who was higher on this list last year.
Oh, yeah.
80-1 odds there. Kenny Dillingham, 100-1 odds. Kyle Whittingham, 125-1.
So what's weird about him is
Matt Campbell.
He's the one who said, like, I'm not coaching past 65 or whatever. Yeah, and like he's going to turn the age that he said that, or he already has.
Yeah.
So like obviously he's not going to get fired, but it'll be interesting if he sticks to that.
If this is going to be it for him, because I think you're right. I think this is the last season that he'd be not coaching past 65. Mm-hmm. So Yeah, should be very interesting. A couple of guesses: Brent Venable, Mike Norvell in the chat line. Norvell, I think, was tied for 10th.
That's a weird one too. Like their season last year was. They've just had such a weird like
horrendous.
18 months or 16 months, whatever. Like you build up so much animosity about missing, the college football playoff, and then you just lay it
atrocious.
Yeah, it's so weird.
That was very strange. All right, y'all continue to chime in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Coming up next, Taylor has our question of the day. It's the bottom line on 100.7 The Score. Thrilled to be part of your hump day. This is the bottom line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Chois Woodman, Taylor Beadles, Thomas Dye hanging with you this afternoon. We're only with you till 2:10 today, as we'll hand you off to the Astros and Diamondbacks. Astros going for the series sweep coming up here on 100.7 The Score. But right now it is time for our question of the day.
Time now for Jamie's question of the day on 100.7 The Score. Brought to you by someone not named Jamie and presented by Connecticut of West Texas. Life's hard, your water shouldn't be.
All right. I have a two-parter. So I don't know if that's allowed here.
It is. We do allow it.
Okay. This is just like, this is like my standard question when I'm talking about this season. And so I'll give you both parts. You can answer them however you want. What is the one reason Tech wins the Big 12?
Okay.
What is the one reason they don't? They don't even make it to the championship game.
Okay. Oh, man. The one reason Tech wins the Big 12 and the one reason they make it to the championship. I think being very broad with the first answer is just defense.
Yeah.
I think you have we talked about it earlier, but an elite level defense. I think on paper you will have the best defense heading into the season in the Big 12, and you're bringing in a coordinator who's specializes in turnaround jobs too.
Yeah.
And doing, I mean, you see what he did. Tulane and Houston, back-to-back jobs where he's really taken some bad defenses and made them really good.
He's just solid.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of what you need after last year where you were so boom or bust. You can be solid with the amount of talent that you have. Like the talent is going to make the plays. You don't have to force them with play calls and scheme like they were trying to do last year.
And it is because, I mean, I think you look at the defense and it is hard right now, before we've seen a snap played, it is hard to find a weakness in your defense. So I think defense is where I will point to for the reason you win it. I think I think the reason you lose is because you can't win road games. Mm-hmm. That would be it. I mean, we've covered it ad nauseum, but your toughest three games and just toughest three opponents, I believe, are all on the road this year.
Yeah.
So if you're unable to take, and even if you take two of those, you still may lose tiebreakers.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw 4 teams tied for first place at the end of last year. And
if you lose one, you basically have like zero margin for error, and that's tough.
Yeah.
Like,
so if you go 8-1, you're gonna have a great shot. Mm-hmm. You can give up one of those 3.
Yeah.
But if you lose 2 out of those 3 games, or of course 3 out of those 3 in particular, then I think that's what keeps you from it.
Yeah.
Thomas?
I think mine is the same answer both ways. I think if we stay healthy, we'll win. And if Barron re-injures his shoulder or something again, I think we won't win. So
yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of my take on it.
Someone did say health on the chat line.
Yeah.
I think health is not something I look at with near as much concern as a normal season.
No. You almost have accounted for that with your transfers and like even with in terms of Morton, like because obviously we were doing everything we could to take McMillan out of the game, but like their tight end, I believe.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
thrilled to be part of your hump day. This is Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Chois Woodman, Taylor Beadles, Thomas Dye hanging with you this afternoon. We're only with you till 2:10 today, as we'll hand you off to the Astros and Diamondbacks. Astros going for the series sweep coming up here on 100.7 The Score. But right now it is time for our question of the day.
Time now for Jamie's question of the day on 100.7 The Score. Brought to you by someone not named Jamie and presented by Connecticut of West Texas. Life's hard, your water shouldn't be.
All right. I have a two-parter. So I don't know if that's allowed here.
It is. We do allow it.
Okay. This is just like, this is a pretty this is like my standard question when I'm talking about this season. And so I'll give you both parts. You can answer them however you want. What is the one reason Tech wins the Big 12?
Okay.
What is the one reason they don't? They don't even make it to the championship game.
Okay. Oh, man. The one reason Tech wins the Big 12 and the one reason they make it to the championship. I think being very broad with the first answer is just defense.
Yeah.
I think you have – we talked about it earlier, but an elite level defense. I think on paper you will have the best defense heading into the season in the Big 12, and you're bringing in a coordinator who's specializes in turnaround jobs too.
Yeah.
And doing, I mean, you see what he did. Tulane and Houston, back-to-back jobs where he's really taken some bad defenses and made them really good.
He's just solid.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of what you need after last year where you were so boom or bust. You can be solid with the amount of talent that you have. Like the talent is going to make the plays. You don't have to force them with play calls and scheme like they were trying to do last year.
And it is because, I mean, I think you look at the defense and it is hard right now, before we've seen a snap played, it is hard to find a weakness in your defense. So I think defense is where I will point to for the reason you win it. I think I think the reason you lose is because you can't win road games. Mm-hmm. That would be it. I mean, we've covered it ad nauseum, but your toughest three games and just toughest three opponents, I believe, are all on the road this year.
Yeah.
So if you're unable to take, and even if you take two of those, you still may lose tiebreakers.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw 4 teams tied for first place at the end of last year. And
if you lose one, you basically have like zero margin for error, and that's tough.
Yeah.
Like,
so if you go 8-1, you're gonna have a great shot. Mm-hmm. You can give up one of those 3.
Yeah.
But if you lose 2 out of those 3 games, or of course 3 out of those 3 in particular, then I think that's what keeps you from it.
Yeah.
Thomas?
I think mine is the same answer both ways. I think if we stay healthy, we'll win. And if Barron re-injures his shoulder or something again, I think we won't win. So
yeah. Okay.
That's kind of my take on it.
Someone did say health on the chat line.
Yeah.
I think health is not something I look at with near as much concern as a normal season.
No. You almost have accounted for that with your transfers. And like even with in terms of Morton, like there's Hammond has something.
Yeah.
You know, like we've seen enough flashes to not be mortified if something were to happen.
Yeah.
Mine, the reason why you will is turnover margin.
Okay.
I think you see that every year, the team that's like plus 15, 20, they're the ones that are kind of surprising. And not necessarily like Tech winning would be a surprise, but it would be, like we talked about in the first segment, it would be kind of a surprise for Texas Tech to do it. And so if you're going to accomplish that, I think, and this goes back to like what you were saying with the defense, if you are able to take the ball away, and then I think you'll do pretty good limiting it, just because Leftwich's offense does that kind of naturally. And so if you can be plus 15, 20 turnovers, you're going to win the Big 12.
I'd agree. Yeah, I think so for sure.
And then in terms of why you wouldn't, we saw this a little bit last year, and it's just so hard to know because you've got 2 new coordinators. But last year, your problem was you almost never played complimentary football, and you still went. No doubt. You still almost made the championship game. But you look at, like, I know the defense gets such a bad rap last year, but like they had like 4 or 5 really good games. Like that's what's so weird is like when they were bad, they were horrific.
Yeah,
but when they were good, they were really good. But that's usually when your offense struggle, and you could almost never put a complete game together. And even
in some wins, you had trouble with.
Yeah, like there's ones where you should have won by more, or even like Washington State. Like I know, they had a huge offensive day, but you start the game with a special teams mistake. And then how many times did you put your defense in a bad spot? So it's like, it's not even, So, just a lack of like efficiency, complementary football, I think would be a big reason why you wouldn't make it to the championship game.
Yeah. I think the Iowa State game's an example, but you actually did play well down the stretch. Yeah. But early on, you get off to a good lead, and then you stall out.
That might be a better way to put it, is you got to get rid of the stalls on both sides. Yeah. Because even in that Oklahoma State game, you started the game with 2 stops, I think.
14-0.
And then you did not get another stop, and so maybe until the very end. Like maybe you had a pick or something to end it. I can't remember exactly.
I think you finished the game on a Jacob Rodriguez interception.
Yeah. Yep. But offense too is like, we talk about TCU.
Yeah.
You were moving the ball. Even with Hammond, and then you kind of just like, let's not lose this game.
Remember what initiated that? I think you had a fumbled snap, like where he has.
Oh yeah.
Immediately, and then it puts you behind the sticks, and then you just kind of just
turtle up,
twiddle your thumbs after that. So it was lots of frustration. Yeah. I do think a lot of that had to do, or a chunk of that had to do with personnel. I mean, I've gone back and rewatched some games recently, and the Colorado one, you get off. There was a lot of fast starts last year. You get off to a great start.
You should have been up 21-0 probably.
You're up 13-0 in that game, and then your offense just really struggles because Colorado figures out, hey, this offensive line is Swiss cheese. We're just gonna live in the backfield.
We're gonna double. We're gonna bracket Josh Kelly and limit Taj Brooks, and we've got it.
Taj doesn't get anything, and we're gonna get to Barron before he has any chance to look down the field, and it's just. I think that was part of it. I do think that's kind of the X factor. I still believe you are better on the offensive line, but how much better are you?
Absolutely.
How much?
It's almost like it's hard because, and I mentioned it with like when you talk about the 08 defense, how they were such a good unit.
Yeah.
That's what makes judging offensive lines difficult is you could say, like, we've brought in, maybe you didn't bring in the most talented, the most highly regarded recruits in that specific spot. That doesn't always matter. Like, we've had, like, Terrence Steele, who is a, like, NFL starter, played on bad offensive lines.
Yep.
And
we've seen that a number of times.
Right, yeah.
And especially post-Leach era.
Yeah.
You've had some good individuals, just bad units.
Yeah, and so that's that. I mean, we literally are going to have to see that. Like, it's just impossible. Like, you've provided depth, which is huge. You've seemed to have upped the base talent level, which is big. But if those parts don't fit together well, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you one thing I'm worried about. That this could just be a me problem, or like a football nerd problem.
Football nerd problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm concerned about how McGuire handles in-game situations.
Okay.
Because I am all like, he started out, he basically went by the book, their analytics book. They like, that was gospel. That's
for a while there.
That is what I think is the correct call. So this is like half opinion, half football nerd. Last year he went away from it a little bit. And so now, like, theoretically, you have a better team, so you take less risk. You don't want to bring variance into the game. I'm just concerned. Like, does he see it like I see it? Which that doesn't mean anything.
I think you will see a return. I have no idea. I haven't asked him this question. I don't know. I do think you'll see a return to the book a little bit more this year. I think that had to do with a really porous defense that gave up huge plays a lot. And I think that's why.
And you couldn't count on anything.
Exactly.
Like, is the offense going to be what they were last year?
Hey, you're supposed to get stops here. You're supposed to do this.
Right.
This is the right part of the field. But if you don't trust the defense, that throws the book out. I think you saw a big change from that because of that last year. So I kind of expect it to go back to some more analytics this year. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's the bottom line. Dad joke. Taylor's favorite time next.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Thanks for hanging out with us on a Wednesday. This is the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Chois Woodman, Taylor Beadles, Thomas Dye with you. We are T-minus 40 days.
We're getting there.
We're 40 out. 39?
I'm not your guy for
I think
math.
we've dipped in. Yeah, you're an English teacher.
Yeah.
You're the traditional English teacher where you see math and run away,
I sat down at tech orientation, and I knew I wanted to be a coach. You obviously have to teach something. Yeah. So I was like, they were saying, all right, these majors go here, these majors. I was flipping through the catalog, like, what is my major going to be? And then I looked at English, and it had like one math, and I was like, that's it. And I just got
that's it.
So that is how it was decided.
That's awesome.
And I barely passed that math class. So.
Oh, what'd you take? Statistics?
Whatever the lowest level one I could take.
I am with you.
The problem was I spent a semester at UNT.
Yeah.
And they had math for English majors, like a specific class. Yes. And it was awesome. All it was
math for
here's
English
how
majors.
interest works. Here's how, like, when you buy a house, here's all the math
what
involved.
You actually need to know in life type
and Tech
of stuff?
was like, nah, we're not taking that.
We're not taking that credit.
So I had to.
That's funny.
Yeah, I had to take another one.
I didn't know you were a mean green for a little bit. Okay.
That is where my master's is from, too. So I do have some connection there.
Man, I love your shirt. I've said it before.
Yes, I actually found another one too,
dude.
That has the.
Where did you find these?
What?
You wandering into a Goodwill and
basically, yeah. One I found at like this vintage market, and the other one I found there was a guy on Instagram just selling old tech stuff, and I think
it has to be like 60s era stuff. It's awesome.
Yes.
All right, let's get to Taylor's favorite part of the day.
It's now time for the dad joke of the day.
I'm being a little sarcastic there, but.
That's the dad joke. All right, next segment.
Hey, Taylor.
Yes.
Did you know Rick Astley is willing to lend out any movie in his Pixar collection, except one?
I didn't know this about him, no.
He's never going to give you up. That's so bad.
Yeah. You know, I don't hate that one.
Okay. That's that. I think that is the biggest compliment I've ever got from Taylor on a dad joke.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to hate these. Hey, okay. Taylor, when I was young, I thought only rich people owned Bose music systems, and the rest of us had Sony products.
Okay.
Turns out those were just stereotypes.
Yeah, you're right. I do hate that.
All right, you need one more.
Okay.
I can see it on your face.
Yeah.
Hey, Taylor. Mm-hmm. Did you hear about the large flightless bird that was excluded from societal norms?
That is just the setup to that is the dumbest question you could ask another person.
You've never heard of Big Bird? No, it's not him. Apparently, it was ostrich-sized.
Of course.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
All right. I won't put you through any more of it.
Appreciate that.
Thought you would enjoy that.
Yeah, of course.
Someone said, just don't call a QB blast with Hammond in the most crucial part of the game. Well, Hammond and his very first real action, too. I mean, all of the above. He'd run the football well earlier in the game, too.
When that play started, I thought, okay, we're going to center it for a field goal, which I don't love. Right. Like, I was hoping you'd go for the jugular there, especially like Hammond was like throwing the ball well, too.
If there's, 15 seconds left in a game.
Yeah, and then when he went forward... Like, I can't remember who I was watching the game with, but they could attest. Out loud, I said, "Oh no!" Like before he was even hit.
Oh no!
The moment I realized this was not like just centering it, because
they were going for a first down on like a.
Well, that was part of my problem is not only was it a no, like the only bad things can happen is like if you were trying either try to win or be conservative. That was neither. That was I hate. We don't need to rehash it, but yeah.
Let's see. Also, because we play all the other teams on the road. Yep, that's what we were saying. I grew up in the deep South, Texas, as an Aggie fan. Graduated from Tech and live here. Still root for the Aggies if they aren't playing Tech. Okay,
that's pretty bad.
Yeah, the Aggie thing is
it's different now.
It's so distant at this point.
Yeah,
it's just kind of whatever.
I mean, I lived in Bryan as the. Like for 3 years, and one of them was the national championship game run, and there were Aggies rooting for us. So
okay, yeah, I don't think I definitely don't have the vitriol towards A&M that I used to.
No.
But if they were in our conference, it would ramp right back up.
Well, and I think living there ramped it back up for my wife and I.
Oh, because you're around it.
Yeah.
We have Big 12 teams that don't show up either. TCU isn't great in attendance, not just Pac-12. Yes and no.
I feel like TCU and Houston are like their own separate, like they're additions as well. To me, like you almost put them in that same category.
Yeah, you don't call them. That's not an original Big 12 team.
Yeah, because I would say
you have what 8 charter members left.
Something like that.
Half of your league are charter members. Eight of you, because I think you get to count Colorado back, right?
Because people were calling us like the hateful 8.
So I mean, you got Tech, you got OSU. You
Kansas's,
Baylor, both Kansas's, Iowa State,
Colorado.
So maybe there's 7.
Did you count Houston because they were Southwest Conference?
No, I think I'm missing something.
Baylor. Did you say Baylor?
I said Baylor.
We're missing one. We are missing one because I think there is 8.
I think there are 8. I think half the league right now our charter members came in with the Big 12. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Houston, Tech,
Baylor.
Is it just the 7?
It might be Baylor, Colorado, Iowa State, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, and Texas Tech. I think it's just 7.
So 7.
Yeah.
7, and then Colorado left you, so there's 6 that have been here the whole time.
Yeah.
6 teams. Of those 6, all of them have good attendance minus Kansas.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them. Colorado's got great attendance right now because the Dion show.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. Yeah, all the others are, especially when you get to adding schools that are colleges in pro markets that you just don't have the same. It's the whole reason you rejected Memphis.
Yeah,
it's the whole reason you rejected Memphis. They're not bringing anything to the table. Houston,
except a bribe,
except a massive bribe. Yeah, but it's not that massive when you start to divvy it up among 16 teams. I mean, $12.5 million per school it's not that much.
Yeah,
over 5 years, especially. Yeah. It gets really small.
Yeah, you're right. It sounds like when you first read the headline, even me who knows is like, dang, and then you
start to dive into the numbers. It's like, no, if you can promise $200 a year, then we're talking something. Dykes went to the college football playoff. Best Texas Tech, and finished ahead of Texas Tech. What has Joey McGuire done compared to Dykes to suggest he should have higher odds than Joey to get fired? LOL. I get hating TCU, but they were 8-4 last year, and they only had a couple years removed from playing in the national championship game. That's hilarious. Dykes has got a record you don't want to have, and that's missing a bowl game after participating in the college football playoff. No one's ever done that.
And
so
you also that's devoid of context in terms of look what McGuire took over and look what he took over.
Yeah. I mean,
I know that last
season, he did that with all of Gary Patterson's players.
I know that last Patterson season wasn't good, but we all knew the type of football player that Patterson brought in.
Yeah.
He kind of fell out with just being able to coach.
I think you said, I mean, that makes sense is what your words were there on Dykes being equal.
Well, part of that too is I know TCU people who don't like him.
Yeah.
Because of the SMU stuff and
there's some Dykes. People have a problem with Dykes because he's a turd. Look how he carries himself.
Yeah.
Look, I know he's a Tech alum, and that probably hurts people's feelings here in some place, but he acts like a jerk on the sideline.
Yeah.
And
especially to Texas Tech.
Didn't he get ejected in a game last year?
Yeah.
It is hard to get ejected as a head coach.
Absolutely.
It is hard to do so. You really have to cross some serious lines for a head football coach to get ejected.
I mean, you get even at I've been on high school sidelines and could not believe the warnings that the head coach would get,
Yes.
So I can only imagine it's even more so.
So I think that doesn't help him.
No.
If you win and you act like that, it's different.
Yeah.
And 8-4 is not bad, but man, that 8-4 felt. Yeah.
It's a little bit with Gundy, except with Gundy, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But there's an animosity between Gundy and like the Oklahoma State brass.
Yeah.
And you felt that with Dykes too.
Yeah.
Just because of like all that he said about TCU when he was at SMU, like those things don't go away.
Yeah. Someone says the Hateful Eight was in reference to when OU and the remaining members when UT happened, I think, because there were 10 members total before.
Okay. That makes sense.
That does.
I just remember that.
I remember it too. Yeah. All right, we got one more, and then we'll hand you off to Astros baseball. Bottom line rolls on 100.7 The Score.
This has been the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 100-7thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.